So let's get kicked off. So who is Raynet? Just some short information. Who's on the line? We have a bit over 17 years of experience on the market, all around the application lifecycle management. Although we're relatively small in numbers of internal people, we're still an international player. We have over 600 customers virtually worldwide. Our European headquarters is located in Germany. Our U.S. headquarters is located in Chicago. We have 4 main pillars of offerings from the service area all around the application lifecycle management, including our own products, etc. We are also a vendor of several solutions around packaging, application lifecycle management, around inventory solutions, also with asset management, around software, etc., etc. We maintain support for our own products as well as some third-party products, and obviously we're also very busy in the training, not just our own palette of software, but also some specific third-party software as well. So to the topic of discussion, the package store. What is the package store? Actually, the package store is a concept, and the idea behind the concept was to have one single location that's reachable literally everywhere. It has a standard workflow. It's driven by our packaging suite, and you can get your software, all the software that's known to the market, from one single location. So the idea behind the store is actually the concept that's behind it, and that's what we're going to cover today, among other things. So who is the package store primarily set up for? There's 3 main areas that I want to cover. Number 1 is actually the customer, the end user. So who is the end user? The end user for us is anybody that's going into the store and is filtering, searching, purchasing, acquiring maybe some free software. Yes, believe it or not, we do have some free software that you can download also with no catches behind it. I know nothing's free in this world, but yes, those few packages are free. So a customer is the actual end user, the person that's using that package, irregardless of what level of that package is being downloaded or purchased. That's out of our vision, who we see the customer. Obviously, we also have then the partners that are participating, resellers, etc., service providers and so forth that are actually participating in the store, and we're providing also to end users or their customers software that's coming out of our store. One of the most important and probably the most unique thing of the concept behind the package store is around the packagers, or what we consider to be a contributor. So who and what is a contributor? Well, a contributor obviously is Raynet, and coming from the end of 1990s around packaging, when the first MSI came out in 1999 and Windows Installer was first known, etc. We're obviously putting all of those years of experience into the packages that we are providing in the package store. But here's the big but: we're open to the entire world, so anybody can literally become a contributor into this package store. We're not trying to create a monopole where just Raynet is providing software for purchase, download, etc. But we've provided here literally a platform that is available to the entire world for their experience to put their package, their software, their knowledge, their experience, good and bad, into a single platform. And that's the vision and the concept behind the package store. So literally, you will be getting packages from anyone, but anyone that still went through a very rigorous process of quality control, etc., coming from Raynet. So even though you can be 1, 2, or maybe all 3 of these types of participants in the package store, before you literally download your package, you can be assured that it has went through a very rigorous quality control from Raynet and also from the contributors that have uploaded. So what are some of the benefits? A few of those we've already touched on. The idea is that these packages are available to you anywhere, wherever you're at. We're in the big hype now, the wording now, everyone wants to use the cloud. For those of us that came from the IT in the 70s, the cloud's nothing new. That's all we had back then on a mainframe with an emulator. But in today's world, everything's in the cloud, meaning the packages in our package store will be virtually reachable for you at any time, at any place, and when all goes well, with any and every package that you're looking for. Obviously, there's literally thousands, probably tens of thousands of applications in different versions, different languages, etc. What we've done to try to make that a bit more convenient for everyone, based on some criteria that we've defined and best practices and common knowledge and market experience, we've built a top 100 of software products. These top 100 are maintained obviously then in a much quicker and relevant manner than a normal package that's being uploaded. That being said, we have then for the top 100, we have a very quick update cycle, meaning that any package that is been put into what we consider the top 100, which is also publicized and available in the package store, so it's not a guess, it's actually known. Within 2 days of a vendor release, those packages in the top 100 category will have been updated and made available in the package store. So if you're a contributor, just a heads up, and you're contributing to one of those packages, you see that upload cycle, the time you have to react becomes pretty short. So we're expecting a very quick turnaround to get things released from the vendor, but also once it's been released from the vendor to make it available in the packaging store very quick. Also, there's a lot of extensive information that we're putting behind those. What type of licensing is behind it, obviously for what platform it's available for, what it's been tested on, etc., etc. But my colleague is going to actually walk you through that in a live demo, and you'll see how comprehensive some of this data is that is being put into the software that's made available. Yeah, then obviously something that is a huge benefit is you have a very fixed manner in which you can do your planning. So you have a secure method to plan, because if software is in the top 100 and or it is in the package store in the category readily available, you can instantly download it within a matter of seconds. It's an electronic world, so you'll be able to, over PayPal, credit card, etc., you'll be able to spend your money rather quick and download your software. But that being said, you can plan also your strategy knowing that I have software that's readily available, or in worst case, I have a request that I put in, and in a 10-day turnaround, I have that software in one of the 3 categories outside of the enterprise area, which we'll discuss also the different types and categories of how the software can be found in the package store. Seems like a lot, but we're going to get through it. I want to get into the live demo just like everyone else does and get out of the slide so you can really see what we have. So what can you expect from the packaging store? Well, there's 2 main areas that I want to cover. Number 1 is the expectations of quality is a given, because there's a ton of experience going into these packages that are being placed in the packaging store. They're undergoing a very rigorous quality control, from collision detection. What you see here as application readiness, meaning the target platform that this package has been released for has undergone a collision detection to make sure that it is compatible with that operating system, etc. There has been a full-blown evaluation done on that package, including its documentation. It's obviously went through a packaging. It's undergone some very strict quality control, and it's been packaged up and made available for a non-biased software deployment, meaning the actual software deployment solution that you're using is irrelevant, because the package is coming out in a format that it can be integrated rather easily. Integration, that's the second piece that I want to discuss. Everything that we are using as a contributor ourselves to put software in the packaging store. It's being used from our workflow manager called Rayflow, and into the middle blocks of the workflow, from evaluation, packaging, quality control, etc. Every phase within the application lifecycle management, from procurement through license management, as you can see on the left-hand side, clear up to the actual deployment. All of those products that we are the vendor of, we're using as part of the contribution into the packaging store. What that indirectly or directly implies, for those of you that might recognize Raypack, Raypack being our new WISE package studio that is end of life and no longer on the market. We have a packaging suite, and one of those tools in that suite is Raypack, what you're looking at now. For those of you that are already using any or some or all of our products, you have a full integration. If you look at the bottom middle right-hand side of the screen, there's a full integration into the package store. So if you're a packager and you're using Raypack, you can, with a very simple click, which we'll show in a live demo later, you can readily access the package store from Raypack and bring that package down into wherever your repository is, obviously once you've purchased it and so forth, and continue to edit it, etc. So you have that full integration. For those of you that are using our workflow manager to steer your entire packaging process, you also have the capability here to literally bring that package into that workflow, into whatever phase you decide. Obviously, our workflow manager is completely configurable. The idea is to build your own flow how you need it in a two-dimensional layer. So you can bring that package directly out of the package store into the workflow and put it into whatever phase you want, and from there continue on through your normal lifecycle management or packaging process. Obviously, we also have a deployment tool called RayManageSoft that's comparable, and I would speak towards SCCM or Landesk or Altiris, etc. For those of you that are managing your environment, server and client mobile devices as well with the RayManageSoft, you can literally, through your RayManageSoft console, connect directly into the package store and preload your software repository with software that's already been placed into the packaging store. So the idea there was the two levels. What do I get out of the packaging store? Number one, a whole bunch of good quality and experience from literally the entire world, whoever's contributing. And if I'm a member of the Raynet family, customer base using any of our Ray Suite, packaging suite products, I have the full integration of that product into the package store. So that's what I wanted to cover there. What kind of packages are in the store, or what categories? We'll start with the very simple ones. First, you have the basic package, that simply is supporting a silent uninstall and installation based on whatever switches are needed for that type of package, meaning our way of working, whether it's a Windows installer package, whether it's a legacy script-based, etc., that it becomes irrelevant, because we're going to provide then whatever those switches are needed to make that software fully unattended, to be deployed and installed, uninstalled in a fully unattended environment. If you're already an enterprise user of any of our packaging suite components as listed, you have a lot of free packages that you can download, and this is what I mentioned earlier around the integration. So if you're coming from an enterprise product into the packaging store and you're retrieving basic packages, these are actually free for retrieval for you, so you can bypass all that purchasing process and you can bring it right into your environment and begin to work with it then at that level. Then we have another level we're calling the standard category. These are predefined configurations from our side, from the market best practice from the contributors, as we call packagers, etc. Roughly there's about 9 of these configurations. We say the top 9, provided the application vendor setup developer has made that logic available in the application setup itself. Obviously, we're not adding here any thing to a package that hasn't been already added per setup developer, so we're not adding intelligence here that's not already in the package, but we're making that configuration available, and in the top 9 we're making that available on a configuration basis in the standard category. So then we have an advanced category. What is the advanced category? Obviously that was the previous 2 categories as well, plus the big thing is we're adding additional configurations here on top of those 9 standard, meaning through the evaluation process we've literally extracted and retrieved every possible configuration the vendor has made available in that package. Obviously that makes sense. It needs to make sense towards the installation and uninstall, and we're providing those and making those become available for additional configuration. How these are configured with what, etc., we'll get into that in the live demo from my colleague. So last but not least, you have the possibility to participate in an enterprise area. What is an enterprise? Enterprise is simply all of the above, everything that we've discussed so far, plus the possibility to request or to have specific configurations done for you, whether it's a company branding, whether it's some special configurations that you need based on packaging guidelines, etc. This becomes an area in the package store that's then only accessible to your enterprise. So no fear, you're not going to put your packages out there for the entire world to see, but you could, because as I mentioned earlier, if you're already thinking behind this and contemplating a bit how maybe I can generate some revenue, there's nothing that would prohibit an enterprise customer that has its own area in the store to also have those packages that were created be applied back into the store, obviously then with these additional configuration settings and so forth, but now as a packager, as a contributor, and will then participate in the sell and the funding around that. So you see there's a whole bunch of combinations here, but no fear, your enterprise area is secure just for your enterprise unless you decide you want to take that package and make it available into the store in whatever of those 3 categories that we've already discussed. So we've got the slides behind us, thank goodness on that, and I'm going to pass now the controls to my colleague Isabella. She's going to walk through the live demo for you, and if you have some questions we're going to get those at the end, so just hold on to all of those and we'll get you then at the end. Thank you.
So thank you, Dave, for the good presentation and the overview. So I would jump right now into the package store on the website. The domain, the URL is packagestore.com. Here's our landing page. We've also described all the package types Dave already mentioned. There are a lot of categories that make it easy to find what you need. In the category software packages, you will always see the latest software applications that are available. Here you will find the top 100 plus. This is a package selection that includes the most frequently used software application in enterprises. And Dave already mentioned there are 3 packages to order with full complexity, packages on request with a delivery time of 10 days, and the button request a package. In case the software package you're looking for is not available, please just fill out the form we provide you here give us all the information about your desired software application, and we will get in contact with you as soon as possible. So I'm gonna go back to the overview software packages. You can, of course, use the filter function to find what you're looking for. In the overview, you see every application is presented with a few information like the application name, the version, the vendor, the language, also the platform. So I'm gonna order my package paint.net. So here we see the free package type, basic, standard, and also the advanced type. Below there are further product information, the software description, and also at a glance all the standard configuration which will be available in the product, as well as the advanced configuration, just a preview field.
So if you remember earlier, I mentioned that we're providing some pretty comprehensive data along with this packaging. And so this is what Isabella was referring to. So you can see here what actually is the configuration possibilities and a lot of other things there.
So you go through the steps. You can choose the payment method. I have chosen the invoice because yes, this is normal, but you also can pay with PayPal and credit cards. In this overview, you see the product you've ordered, and just send the order, and the possibility to print your confirmation, but you will also get it via email.
So as you see, you can actually, what Isabella was referring to is through the invoicing, you can become a registered package store user, and that makes your purchase a bit simpler. So it's kind of comparable to this one click in an Amazon, etc. No fear, Raynet is here. We're going to let you spend your money and quick as easy as possible. That's what she's passing on to you.
So what I have done, I ordered the advanced package. So just that I can show you the whole complexity, what we will give you.
The currency is by selection. So we've selected, or Isabella for the demo has selected the European currency, euro, but obviously that's available for the US dollar as well then.
So a quick order beside. In the meantime, I will order as well the Ultramon software application. I will come back to this at the end of the live demo, because there is something good to show you about the license which is needed. So we are waiting for our download link, which will be provided in a separate email.
Yeah, it's an automated process, but obviously this can take 1 or 2 minutes also, because here there's some validation behind the purchase, especially around the invoicing and so forth. So, and this is a live presentation, but this is the actual production package store. And so these are real times. This is not a special environment that's been prepared just for demo purpose. So bear with us a second, and the link is coming.
You know, this is only my second order confirmation, but the second product I've bought. There was no notification, but the download link is in there. I just click on it and it will be downloaded. So what I have to do is to extract this folder. It's very simple. And what you see is we got the Raypack exe, also a README text data, which all information about the package, my order, and a few description information about how we go through all the steps. The Raypack configuration client is a wizard that gives us the possibility to make all configuration options available or selectable, which is given through the XML file. On this folder, you see there's no sources in there, only the MSP. So what I'm going to do is to run the exe.
This is a self-contained executable that was contained in the zip file. There's no runtimes here needed for that.
So I've got a little problem with my desktop. So it's frozen right now.
Nothing's moving there?
No. Should I try to my task manager? I'm really
Something
sorry.
moved there?
Yeah, you. Ah, okay.
Yeah, just
so
be patient.
I'm only responsible for marketing, so I'm.
Patience is a virtue.
Yeah. Okay, this is our Raypack configurator. As you can see on the left side, there are once again all the information about our product. The name, the version, the manufacturer, also the language, and the platform. So on the right side, we see the software description. Below the three big buttons, you see links. This is the directly support link to our vendor site of paint.net, as well as the information about the license, your Euler. So we have to go through all these steps, starting with get the installation sources. We offer three different possibilities or ways to get the sources. It's possible that you already have the sources, so you can only or just use the browse functionality here, and you can upload your sources. But you can also use this link. It will open the download page from the vendor where you can download your sources and download it automatically. I'm sorry. So, but the most easiest, the easiest way,
method,
yeah, thank you, Dave. Is just to download it automatically. So I will do this. So the first step is done. So let's jump into the settings. As Dave already mentioned, there are the best practice 9 of 9 rules we see here. The signed install and signed uninstall are always given, and it's not possible to change this option. But there are also rules or possibilities where you can switch to no, or if you want to remove, for example, the desktop shortcuts. So, but I want to show you what Advanced can offer you. These are all the application configuration options the paint.net software gives you from the vendor side. So we will stay at the English, but we can change to German. In the morning I did the German language. So we will click here, installation, and for shortcut we will give the name graphics or graphic. And it's also possible to click updates, but we're gonna leave it like this. So the second step is already done. So it's time to generate our package. Just click and it will be generated in real time. So my package is ready. What we've got is a report that shows us all information once again about the package, as well as which configuration options I have chosen in the configuration Ray package, as well as information about the installation and uninstallation.
For those packagers out there that might be listening in, this would be your technical document that you would create as part of packaging, for example.
Okay, let's go back and open the folder. And what we see, there's a new folder called Output, and here are all files in what we need for our software deployment. As you see, also the MSI sources. That
you downloaded.
Yes, I've downloaded in the step before.
Right. We're not maintaining. I just wanted to reiterate that we're not maintaining vendor sources in the package store. We're just maintaining the possible configurations and etc. The final download is done by you in whichever manner you choose.
Okay, let's go back. They've already said there's a really good integration in our packaging feed products that gives us the possibility to edit our package. It is a good and easy way to make customer-specific changes, like, for example, branding. So I will jump into Raypack and show you how easy it is to add a branding. So this is our dashboard of Raypack, our packaging solution. And I would choose the config MST. This is once again an overview with all information. So what I'm going to do is to switch from the visual designer to the advanced view. And here are all changes I've made in the Ray package highlighted in the color green.
For those packagers out there or technical people, these we're actually browsing in the MSI table right now. So you have a very quick overview of what changes were made in the transform file for that specific package.
So I'm going to go to transform and templates. And these templates can be changed by every customer with new values for branding. And yes, my branding is already done. I will save it first. And I can show you down to registry. Oh, I'm sorry. Go back to the, and then we can. I'm not the best picture.
No, actually, you're doing very well. You're packaging. You're a packager now.
Yeah, I want to stay in the marketing. So as you can see, these are all the things which are in the branding yet. But as I already said, this is all configurable.
Right, but the thing to take out of this is that even though you downloaded an advanced package and did the initial configurations with the included raypackage.exe, you're not limited to just that. You obviously can use then Raypackage or whatever other tool. You can go in and make further configurations as needed to the package. So it's not that you're limited to just what you're getting from the configuration wizard.
So my work is done. It's saved, and what I'm going to do is just to install Paint.net right now, just to see if every configuration option we have chosen or selected are given.
So while that's being installed, as I mentioned earlier, we're delivering this in a non-deployable specific format, meaning that whatever deployment solution that you're using out there, this isn't deployment specific. So if you was to look inside the install CMD or uninstall CMD, you're going to find your command lines and obviously the two accompanying PowerShell scripts. Some of you technical personnel out there probably seen the directory structure that there's some supporting PowerShell scripts and stuff in there. So you can you'll see there's no nothing being hidden here. You can see what's being done, which makes it easy for you to put it into your deployment system, then whatever that might be.
So let's see. Where is it? I've called it graphic. So it's here. I will open paint.net and I think everything is fine. Okay, but I'm gonna use the Creative Suite, so I will uninstall it once again. Oh, this is very quick. Okay, so as I told you, I've ordered the application Ultramon. I will show you, or I have to go through all these steps once again, but it's just a second just to extract, to open then the Raypack package and to give you insights into the close the other Raypack package. So the Raypack package asks me if I have a license or not. If I don't have a license, it will be installed in trial mode. But if I have a license, I can type in my registration code. So it will be read till I've got the number of or the how the registration code should look like.
Right, we're doing in the background a mini plausibility check to make sure that the format is correct. What we're not doing here is actually validating whether the licenses are valid or not, but we are doing a plausible check to make sure that the input data is in the correct form, because that is part of the setup development and the logic was in the package.
Oh, okay. This was the part of the live demo. I'm going to go back to our presentation, but not the start slide, but also a hint to the free packages we are offering.
No questions?
No questions yet.
Everybody's still on the line. They didn't fall out, did
Yeah, they are there.
Okay.
I can see them.
Okay, well, if there's no questions at this time, here's some contact data, and obviously if there's questions, reach out to us, or please feel free to go into the package store and shop till you drop, our saying. And yeah, thank you then for your time.
Oh, there's one question in there.
Okay, at the last minute, good.
Yes. Will these apps are safe launchers with elevated privilege?
The way the package gets launched is going to be dictated by what's actually doing the installation. Obviously, if we're using the Windows installer and the elevated privileges are being utilized inside the package, then that will be applicable also. But the final decision is, as you know, then for asking the question, the final privileges is going to be what's actually launching. And if it's a deployment tool running in system context or whatever, then that's what is going to win.
I hope the question is answered. Okay.
Let's give them a second to digest that. Maybe there's a follow-up off of that then, just to be sure that that we've answered it.
Okay. He's satisfied.
Okay, great. Thanks everyone then.
Okay. Another question. What are the requirements to add a package as a contributor? Are there any tools that are needed to create the components?
We are not, obviously we would encourage you to use our packaging suite products naturally, but no, that's not a limit. We're not putting limitations. So whatever you're using today to create your packages, we're supporting that obviously in the package store then, as long as it's in a traditional format that can be used then by the end customer.
If you have other questions after the webinar, just send us an email or call us and we will answer it as soon as possible.
All right, so last time, final word. Thanks everyone then. Have a nice day.
Thank you. Bye.